We begin with some sad news tonight. Former U.S. Senator and one-time Congressman Tim Johnson of South Dakota has died. He was 77 years old.
Johnson had a long career in politics that took him all the way from his hometown in Vermillion, South Dakota, to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. A young Tim Johnson began his political career in the state legislature back in 1979. It became the foundation for a long and storied political career with plenty of triumphs and tragedies. In 1987, Johnson was elected to South Dakota's lone seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. During his tenure in Congress, Johnson supported many infrastructure projects that delivered clean drinking water to communities all across South Dakota and other states, like the Lewis-and-Clark Water Pipeline and the Minnewachuny Water Project that gave the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation safe and ample water supplies. In 1996, Johnson decided to make a move and run for the U.S. Senate. He narrowly defeated three-term Republican Senator Larry Pressler. In 2002, Johnson ran for re-election and was challenged by his successor in the House, Congressman John Thune. It was a night many of us will never forget. The votes were slow to come in, and most of us had already gone to bed thinking Thune had won the race after CBS declared Thune the winner. But by daybreak, things had changed. After all the votes had been counted, it was Johnson who won by 524 votes. We sat down with Johnson and his wife Barbara after Thune gave his concession speech.
At any point, did you ever think, I'm going to lose?
Well, I don't think we thought that, but I was concerned for a while there. You know, we started out with a pretty big lead, and then it eroded down until we were behind for a while. We knew what precincts were still out, though. We knew which precincts we could win and which ones were going to be more difficult. And so we always knew that this was still within reach.
4 years later, in December of 2006, Johnson suffered a brain hemorrhage. His recovery took nearly a year, and in September of 2007, he returned to the Senate to both tributes and standing ovations. He summed up his return like this.
This feels good, and I'm ready to go.
In an exclusive interview, I sat down with the senator and his wife shortly after he decided to run for re-election in 2008.
Knowing the balance in Washington favoring Democrats right now, I have to ask this question with a slight edge leaning towards the Democrats. Has there ever been any pressure put on you by Democratic leadership in Washington not to resign?
No. My take on it is that neither party has a monopoly on good ideas or bad ideas. The important thing is for a state like South Dakota to choose the best of the party's ideas and reject the worst of the party's ideas.
Why not resign and concentrate on your health?
Well, we're waiting to be seen if I resign, but I intend to keep on going, and that's the best therapy for me, is to keep going and have goals that can realistically live up to.
Despite his physical condition, Johnson defeated Republican challenger Joel Dykstra with 62% of the vote. Johnson chose not to seek re-election in 2014.